Hey, what's coming up next? It's Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller, then the morning show starring Rebel Wilson, and Extremely Early with Edward Scott. That's all still to come on Nick at Night.
From the YouTube Dojo, a place where everybody can hear Steve Carell yelling. Just after about 3 milliseconds, it's Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller. Yes, we're talking about Steve Carell tonight. And about that Steve Carell joke, that wasn't funny, but it is true, so what can you do? Anyway, let's give it up right now for the man who thinks that Steve Carell is way too loud for anybody's taste. I mean, seriously, why would anybody even pay attention to Steve Carell's acting skills if all he does is just yell? I mean, seriously, Mr. Harry coming to your welcome week now update. I'm really coming to your Alright, and again, I'm in the theme songs and the segment intros and things like that. Alright, just want to put that out there. Tonight's Shoutout winners are Net 59's Vigilante videos and gameplays. The Rockets with this movie night program and whatnot. For those who say Induction with Interview Land. Will it come back? I'm not really sure at this point. And Marvin the Maniac, Dr. Blood Studios, Cassie Dragon, and Sophie Dragon with all things related to Dragon Tales and things like that. Now, I just want to say this to you right now. I received an email, not too long ago, and it involves, this program. Alright? Now, you've already heard about my apologies and everything else, right? And you've heard, and you know how much I am growing as a person, right? Well, the email that I received had a lot more to do with the quality aspect of this show rather than my behavior. But you'll see what I mean later on. But I made a message about the whole thing, and you'll hear and see the message later on in the program, towards the end, as a matter of fact. Right now, what's up? What's up with Steve Carell, a man who is crazy? Listen to him yell, and you'll know why. And he did say that he loved playing Michael Scott on The Office. He said that it's all about intention. Steve, intention does not mean anything. I mean, take it from me. You can intend on being a good person, but unless you show that you are a good person, people will think otherwise. Now, hey, listen to this. His net worth is on the rise. It's at $80 million. Cool. He must be rich. Wait, is he? I don't know. That was insane. Hey, I'll tell you what. Let's get MP and Craigers out here right now because it's time for the top 8 list. Here we go.
Top 8 list. Here we go.
Thanks, boss. Tonight's category, top 8 words that people will always call Steve Carell. Number 8, loud. Number 7, odd. Number 6, crazy. Number 5, ridiculous. Number 4, jumpy. Number 3, strange. Number 2, funny. And number 1, hairy. You're right about the hairy part. I mean, have you seen his beard lately? I mean, it's really getting longer now. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. He is 60 years old, right? He is? Good heavens. I didn't see that coming. Neither did I. Boys, thank you. Alright. Hit the like button. Let's get it up in the comments. Subscribe, ring the bell, share, all that good jazz. Excuse me. We'll be back in a matter of moments. Everybody still calls it Weeknight Update. Now here it is. Your Friday night.
Did everybody get their $500 textbooks?
Yes.
Turn to chapter 7 and start reading.
The first.
Great. Now you don't need them for the rest of the year.
Oh, that makes sense. Nick at Night, Nick at Night. Now there's more of what you adore. From dusk to dawn, leave your TV on for good TV. Nick at Night.
You're what? You're going out to buy carpeting? Come on, after all I've told you, you ought to know by now you don't have to do that. That power will come out to you. You'll get good carpeting at a fair price, delivered in 72 hours or less. You haven't forgotten about the free Bissell shampoo with 2 rooms, have you? Or the credit plan with no installment payment for 60 days? Well, if you want all that good stuff, there's only one way to get it. You do remember the number, don't you?
588-2300 Empire.
Now you can call.
Scott and the boys! Hi, Ed, how are you? Hey, boss, I'm doing alright. How are you? I'm doing okay. You know, I got this message coming up at the end of tonight's program, and it's an important one. Wow. Let me guess. Someone sent you an email, huh? Yeah, and it's about the show, and, you know, I gotta set the record straight, you know, on the air. You know what I mean? Yeah. It seems as though you've been doing it quite a lot this past year. Oh, yeah. 2022 admittedly wasn't a great year for all of us, you know, on this show. Yeah. Will next year be any better? Let's wait a while before we can say if 2023 is going to be better than this past year or not, okay? Alright, I understand. Alright, let's have some talking time. Let's talk about it, huh? Here we go.
What time is it? It's talking time. So, let's talk about it.
Alright, now, Steve Carell, as you may or may not know, was a huge star on television. You know what? A couple of decades ago. He was the star of the hit television program on NBC entitled The Office. He played Michael Scott. And apparently, he likes playing Michael Scott because of Michael's heart and true intentions. You know what? He talked about how he was talking about how he was as asleep in a woke world as you could be, or he did not have enough information about the world around him to actually make good decisions. Even though as a boss, he was supposed to have a lot of information about what's going on. And I don't know. I mean, he did say, I think he was a very earnest and decent human being. He just didn't get it all the time, you know? Well, I don't know if that is the correct, description of Michael Scott, because, at least he was a lot better, than what I was, and how I was a couple months ago when everything went down on the show. And while I am trying to improve, one thing remains the same, alright? Michael Scott still had, a job and everything else, well, until the last season of the show. and everybody was still there for quite some time. Meanwhile, for me, I'm still here, but a lot of people who have, a lot of people who were on the show when everything went down left. All right, and they're not going to come back ever again. And I'm sorry, it's just, my mind is going nuts right now. Hey, let's take a look at this. His net worth is $80 million. And when he was on The Office, listen to this, he made $300,000 an episode. $300,000. How did that even, how did that even happen? Well, I guess that's what happens when you become the star of your own show. And again, that's what I think. I don't know. Alright, but he also did The Daily Show and everything else. It's really a lot to take in, okay? I don't know what's going on with me tonight. I really don't know. Okay, there's a special message that's coming up. Please stay tuned for that. Tomorrow we're dealing with Emily Blunt. Wednesday, Jennifer Connelly. Thursday, Disney Plus. And then on Friday, HBO Max. And we're going to have Dan Weezer on board for that one. Alright, so please stay tuned all this week for all the Weeknight Update madness. Alright? It's going to be insane. The good kind of insane, I hope. I'll see you tomorrow. That's the news. Damalskis. Farewell, bye, farewell. Okay, folks. Now, we've talked about some of the things that have happened on this show over the past month, right? Past month and a half, 2 months now. And I apologize to everybody about, about saying that stuff that isn't true and, being a goofball and, not being nice to most of the staff, the former staff members of this program and things like that, right? Okay. I just want to apologize to all of you folks again for what has happened. And especially what happened on the last episode of Susan and Amy. I shouldn't have said that a lot of people, from the old team don't care about me anymore, because some of them do. Alright, and it wasn't really fair for me to say that. One person had sent me an email about that, and, well, he wasn't happy. He also wasn't happy about the fact that, the show, stopped being so spectacular and things like that. Well, here's the thing, alright? A lot of people have left the show. I'm stuck with, not stuck, but, you know what? I'm left with Dan Weezer and Fidoku Satan Duxon. My only regular from the team that I had before, and the semi-regulars. Alright? So, you're not going to get something spectacular. Alright? And some people might... that person also believes that, this show needs... a little bit of makeover in terms of the editing and things like that. Even though the person also regrets being a part of Weeknight Update in the first place. Well, here's the thing, alright? I can't really make it, great, alright? All I have control of is, changing my behavior, and making the writing better, alright? I do edit, but it's not as spectacular as, what the former Not Ready for Late Night players, are capable of doing. And you know what I'm talking about, right? In terms of editing, making everything look professional and things like that. And while I have done really well in terms of making sure that the people who are still on the show with me are happy, and making sure that you folks at home are happy. And I appreciate you for continuing to watch the show. It still doesn't change the fact that the people who have left the show will never come back to the show. All right, I had a conversation with that person earlier, and all I can say is this. It's going to be a long journey. All right, but I do hope that you will continue to support me and continue to help me. Because, like I said, it's going to be a long road. All right. And last thing that this person said to me was this. All right. People can forgive one another, but it can also arise questions. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on the both of us. Blah blah blah. Right? Well, that is absolutely true. And in some cases, some people have trusted. In some cases, all the former not ready for late night players have left. Who have left, last month, have given me way more chances than they wanted to give me. So I don't know what's going to happen from here. I really don't know, but I do know for sure. But what I do know for sure is that there's a lot of work that has to be done. All right. So stay with us. It's going to be interesting. Even though I said earlier, I'm going to say it again. I'll see you tomorrow. That's the news. And I'm out. Ski. Spell all by for all.
Nick at Night, Nick at Night. Now there's more of what you adore. From dusk to dawn, leave your TV